The U.S. Mint makes two special collector sets every year. There is the proof set that we're most familiar with, but the one that started first back in 1947 was called the uncirculated or mint set. And for that first decade, they made a double set, two of everything in the collection. Then they cleaned it up in 1959. Tonight, we got a few of the originals. Look at how gorgeous these sets are. So as referenced, they're called double sets because they were, this is the actual, what they call OGP, original government packaging. The outer envelope addressed to you, me, etc. And then when you opened it up, there were two cardboard sleeves. And the coins were just punched into it like the old Whitman albums of the 50s and 60s. Remember that? And then there's a piece that covers it up like you're seeing right here. And we'll flip that back here in a second. They're called double sets because everything is doubled. There are two of everything in this collection. Now you're looking right there at the 1956 set. How do we know it's the 1956 set? Well, there was only one Franklin $half made in 1956. That was the Philadelphia. So if it's a double set, the left-hand side is the P lens, right? There are two coins there. There is no Denver in 1957, so those two holes are open. The other thing to look at is how homogeneous these look. Nothing is brilliant blast white because it shouldn't be. The nickels should be bluish. The cents should have some yellowing around the outside. Same thing with the silver coins. And that is because that cardboard over time will oxidize, and the colors in the cardboard with the humidity based upon where they're stored will leak onto the coin. They call it toning. It's a very popular thing. It's an eyesight and an individual thing, actually. But if you want original coins, very rarely will we find a set where everything is perfectly, it was made yesterday. This 56 set, you can see the nickel's a little bit bluer. The cent has a little colorization to it. The nickels are blue. This one, the silver $half are pretty tight. Only the edge has a little coloring on them. But that's all natural. Here is the reason why I love these sets. One, they're original. How many of these have you seen in the last decade, not necessarily the last year? And the reason why you haven't seen anything is the numbers are staggeringly low. In 1956, they made 45,475. So under 50,000 sets were sold to the American public. In 1957, they made only 34,234. Now, as you'll notice here, this is the 57 set, the P lens on the left and the D lens on the right, and there's two Franklins there, so there are four. So the difference between these is the extra Franklin. The 56 is an 18 coin set. The 57 is a 20 coin set. That's original all the way. Love this stuff. Competition, about 6 months ago, one of our competitors had the 57 set up. And they had that at $750. And when you look at the run on that one, it doesn't look like it's fresh, right? It looks like somebody made sure the coins look cleaner than they should, not knowing or realizing that a true collector wants it as original as possible, always, right? Always. It's like buying a 57 Chevy and you love it, and then you look at the engine, it's really dirty, but the speedometer says 45 miles on it, right? That's not the way it works. These older sets, these are some of these, this grouping we brought in was from a collector in Texas. He's been collecting for a long time and was just liquidating a little bit here and a little bit there. And you'll be seeing stuff like this, I should say, over the next 6 months. That was the commitment he made to us and we made back to him. And it's just beautiful stuff. Original stuff. The way it was sent out 3/4 of a century ago. That's the fun part. Now, if you want to break this down coin by coin by coin, it gets to be just as crazy. That 57 set. The competition sells the Franklins, the P's at 65, the D's at 70. $135 times 2, because there's two of everything in these sets, right? So we're talking a significant part of this is that. The other part is the dimes, the quarters, and the $half are 90% silver. So the Roosevelt dimes, silver. Washington quarters, silver, and obviously the Franklins we talked about. And again, the big difference is they only made one Franklin in 1956, which is why there's 2 holes open on the 56 set on the second lens or cardboard sleeve. So we got dimes, quarters, half dollars. Then the other 2 are the nickels and then those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wheat cents. Now, over the years, many of us in uncirculated condition have seen some doozies and some dogs. How beautiful are these? When they have that just original toning that just engulfs the coin. I mean, if you look at auction accounts, all these beautifully toned coins sell for huge, huge premiums because it's like you can't make that. It has to happen with time. And there's nothing but time when it comes to something this special. So again, original government packaging, that's what the OGP stands for. They're called double sets because every coin that was made has 2 of them in the respective cardboard. So the left top row is the 56p, the obverse and the reverse. There's 2 coins. They doubled everything. 1957, more. So again, 18 coins in the 56. 20 coins in the 57. Good question. Thank you, Hunter. I'll get to that. Again, the outer envelopes, if you see one that doesn't have lettering, i.e. addressed to somebody, you sometimes got to ask the question, is it original? Because back then, the government didn't sell bulk. Back then, there wasn't an internet, which means you would go and they put it into a postal package and then send it to you. Usually, they just address the outside and send it to you. So kind of a unique part of history is knowing kind of where this one originated. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. We're down to single digits. We only had a handful of these in the first place. But whenever we see the good stuff, I mean, we see Silver Eagles, we see Morgans, we see Peace. Love them all. It's all part of the collecting family, right? But when you can go back and look at the 2 core collector sets, the original proof sets and the original mint sets. Proof sets were in a box. Uncirculated sets or mint sets were doubled up and put into these crazy cardboard push sleeves. 18 and 20 coins respectively, not 750, we're under 500. That is outright crazy. When you break it down coin by coin, the coin by coins cost more than we're selling you the set in the original packaging. Everybody, this one is something special. It's something you're not going to see often. You might not see it for 6 months or a year. Again, from 47 to 58, they made double sets. In 59, they started making the sets we see today, a P lens and a D lens. These are the doubles, the originals. And tonight, under 500, that deserves an oh my.